In the middle of a nameless desert in Iran, there is a secret biochemical laboratory. Two chemists, Shabazz and Mehdi, are developing an artificial biological agent that targets the roots of trees. When this liquid mixes with the soil, the roots start to grow at an abnormal speed, pull in and consume all the water, break the ground from the inside, and push the whole ecosystem towards collapse. On the screen, a single formula is blinking, a superscript 2, parabolic root growth, and there is a related equation with it. The goal is to secretly release this chemical into enemy lands and start a silent ecological war. The formula has never been tested yet. It only exists inside 3 heavy iron capsules, waiting. At the same time, in the Israeli Air Force, a pilot named Herman takes off to hit nuclear targets in Iran. But a small targeting error in the system shifts the route by a few millimeters. One of the bombs does not fall on the nuclear facility, but on this secret laboratory. In a moment, the facility turns into a ball of fire. The laboratory is destroyed, the scientists die, and the data on the computers turns to ashes. Because of the force of the explosion, one of the iron capsules is thrown kilometers away and crashes at the edge of a forest, near a small village. Some time later, 3 children, tired of war, are walking in the forest when they find this heavy capsule. Samir, who calls himself the leader, Hadi, who is naive and always smiling, and Ekber, who is quiet and introverted. Samir makes his decision immediately: we'll take this to the city and sell it. We'll get rich. His voice is so dominant that he doesn't even need to convince the others. Ekber looks at the capsule for a long time. He has a vague feeling that something bad is inside, but he doesn't say anything. He is used to it, always staying in the background, always being pushed down. When night comes, they decide to sleep under a big tree on the road to the city. Samir talks by the fire about his plans for the future, as if he is the one who will decide everyone's destiny. Ekber listens to them from the side, closed inside himself. Something inside him slowly starts to crack. At midnight, when everyone is asleep, Ekber quietly sits up. He pulls the capsule next to him and opens the lid. Inside, there is a strange, thick liquid that almost looks alive. He doesn't know what it is made of, but for the first time in his life, he feels he has a chance to do something irreversible on his own. He takes the capsule and goes to the base of the tree, and he slowly pours all the liquid onto the tree's roots. The soil absorbs it silently. Ekber closes the capsule again, puts it back in its place, and lies down next to the others as if nothing happened. In his eyes, there is a small and dangerous satisfaction that nobody knows about. In the morning, they do not even notice that the capsule is empty. They take it with them and keep walking towards the city. At that moment, in the forest, an invisible process starts in the roots of the tree. The soil starts to warm up slightly, and deep underground the roots begin to tremble. An invisible timer is running, 120 minutes. If the chemical is not stopped during this time, the root growth will go out of control at the speed of a superscript 2. At the top of the tree lives an old squirrel named Baruk. He is the oldest resident of the forest, slow but careful. He feels the strange movement in the roots and the wave inside the soil immediately. He slides down from the branches, scratches the trunk, digs into the ground, and reaches the thick roots. With his teeth and his last strength, he starts to bite the poisoned roots, and this strongly affects the arithmetic growth speed and delays the end of the world for a few hours. He is old, tired, and out of breath, but he does not stop. Because this is not just one tree, it is the whole forest. At that moment, a man from a nearby town, tired of life, comes into the forest. He is looking for silence, so he sits under the tree and lights a cigarette. He does not notice the strange state of the roots or the warmth of the soil. When the cigarette is finished, he throws the butt away without thinking. The butt falls exactly into the small tunnel that Baruk opened. Smoke rises quickly in the narrow hole. Baruk coughs, loses his breath, and collapses in the dark. And in the remaining minutes, the growth breaks free from its chain. The roots spread for kilometers, split the roads, and crack the buildings. River beds change, and the earth's crust shakes. The tree shoots up towards the sky like a spiral tower. In the end, the world, like soil that has taken a deep scratch, cracks and splits into two. In the city, 3 children are on the ground in the middle of the shaking. The empty capsule rolls out of Samir's hand. Samir looks at Ekber with wide eyes. Is this because of us? Ekber cannot answer. He only watches the broken line on the horizon, which he no longer recognizes. A small piece of tree bark, carried by the wind, spins in the air and falls next to them. We return to the forest one last time. Baruk's nest is burned and black, but far away, on the edge of the cracked earth, a tiny sapling starts to grow. Baruk's voice is heard like a whisper, as if from somewhere else. Roots grow in the dark, but every seed that reaches the light carries a second chance. 1 squirrel. 1 child. 1 cigarette butt. 3 small negligences. 1 great fracture.